Hey, what's up, everyone? Sly here with D. And D, if you're a Niner fan, you got to be encouraged today because a lot of good things happen.
Mhm.
We saw one, Jordan Watkins out there finally practicing. Poor guy's been hurt this whole time. Poor every time, man. He was such a good player in camp, and finally we might be able to see him. Crossing our fingers this week. Um, we know Purcell. It looks like he's not gonna play, but the big news out there, obviously Kittle coming back. It looks like he's back, but Brock Purdy, man, he was out there. There was pics out. There was video from KNBR, and the way he was throwing the ball, it looked completely different from practice when he was going up against Jaguars, and then in the game against the Jaguars, he kept throwing balls from his back foot every damn time. You look at the videos, he's actually throwing the ball with perfect base, perfect footwork,
Mhm.
and to me, it looks really good out there. I know Niner fans pretty pumped up, but we're still hearing Mac Jones might start.
Mhm.
What are your thoughts on this? Him actually looking like he might be ready very soon
Yeah.
and ready to rock and roll.
Yeah, I was looking closely at it because I was like seeing that he's slowly coming back, and so I was like, oh, he might maybe not come back this week,
Mm-hmm.
but it's looking like he's gonna return like within like the next game or two. And then same thing with Kittle. I was like, okay, like at least like we're getting two guys that maybe they're not gonna play like the next game. It's a kind of 50-50, but I kind of do expect him to play like within like the next three games, and that's like really huge for us because if we just at least like stay above like 500, we still have a winning record. We can still make a run and make it to the playoffs. Especially with like all that shit show like going on with like Jennings and like the
Mm-hmm.
injuries and everything out.
Mm-hmm.
Just to get some like at least good news that we're getting two guys to return who are like our best players. But sucks that Ricky kind of has to stay out a little bit. I was like, man, I was like hoping that he'd be like back a little bit sooner, but it looks like that knee injury is like really bad.
Mm-hmm.
But at least like there's good light that Brock Purdy's been practicing, and then Kittle looks like he's gonna like return like sometime like
Probably this game. This
yeah,
game. They're
yeah,
saying that's what
this
they're
week.
saying.
Well,
Yeah.
they said like Wednesday, Thursday that he was gonna like return,
Mm-hmm.
and then so I was like, oh, like at least like if they're at practice, that's a good indication. Like
Yeah.
they're gonna at least like suit up within like the next game or
Mm-hmm.
two, and so that's a really like good sign right there. But to have like Brock Purdy, at least if he's there, I think he should be at least a little bit more healthier than Mac. Because Mac, like, to me, when I'm like watching him play, I feel bad for the guy because it looks like he's throwing for like one leg and like can't really be as mobile as he want to. But man, he's been tearing it up though. And so
Except that last game.
the last game, like, yeah, but a lot of things like played a factor into that game. But he did have one loss, but with that, he still like has been performing really
He's
good
been
to at
good. Yeah,
least
he's been
like get
good.
us at least a first place
Mm-hmm.
mark. And so if Brock Purdy can at least come back like at least 80%, that's a good indicator. Because again, like Mac Jones looks like he's like throwing off like one leg. He's like, but he's the most healthiest on our team, you know?
Yeah, no, when Brock was out there against the Jaguars,
Mhm.
every damn play it looked like he was throwing off his back foot.
Yeah.
Like the play example was when he threw that one to Kendrick Bourne,
Mhm.
and remember that one where Kendrick Bourne, if he would have caught it, he could have got for a touchdown,
Yeah.
50 yards. Brock threw that, and he threw it freaking with his back foot, and it was like a lollipop, and it's like, bro, he's not 100%. Like, you knew he wasn't 100%
Yeah.
there, and you saw that, and it's like, dude, he's not ready. And then that strip sack from Armstead, obviously, man, screw Jake Brendel for letting Armstead was quiet all game, and then this dude has to just watch.
Yeah.
But if Brock in real time, he would probably run for that first down. He dude couldn't run at all. Like, he looked like he was freaking Tiny Tim out there
Yeah.
humping along. So I mean, he was not 100%. I know people out there were bashing him. This guy, he's whatever. But dude, I'm not gonna do that. We had like 2 great years with Brock Purdy, and I'm not gonna throw him to the dumps. I'm just not gonna be that guy that's like, this guy sucks. Now we got a new quarterback. Nah, to me, Brock is the guy. And just let him see him 100%. He got hurt in that third quarter against the Seahawks.
Yeah.
So we've only seen 3 quarters out of him, 1.5 quarters from George Kittle. So we have had no weapons out there. And to me, I'm excited to see him potentially come back because I still think he's our guy.
Yeah.
I know there's guys out there right now that freaking the other content creators that freaking they think everyone's better than Brock Purdy and all that. But me, I don't.
Well,
I
you
don't.
know, we hear like all the 49er guys, influencers, like they're like, Mac Jones is the guy. Mac Jones could see over the line. And it's just like, dude, there's a reason why he's a backup with us. There's
Yeah.
a reason why he lost a starting job at the Patriots, why nothing happened in Jacksonville. He's a backup for us. And I like Mike Jones.
Yeah,
I don't think he's like a
yeah.
bad guy. I think he fits
He's
well with the Shanahan system. But again, like I think like Mac, he just needs a little bit more time because for him to take on like a whole franchise, like it's really like heavy right there. And like with Brock, he's shown that he can get us to the NFC Championship. He showed he could get us to the Super Bowl. And that was why I was like really more mad about the medical staff because it's like, man, like Brock, he wants to be out there. He wants to be playing. He wants to like give, and him out there does give us like a good chance to win. But sometimes you have to like hold the player back from themselves because it's like, man, I know he's like our healthiest player right now with quarterback, but it's like, dude, we need to get like somebody healthy in there because by now, if they would have just rested him those couple of games, he probably would be back right now 100%. But
Yeah.
the healing process took a longer because they forced him back
Yeah.
when he probably wasn't 100%. And then he irritated the toe, and so that has made the healing process even longer. And then so that's why I was like more pissed at the medical staff because it's like, dude, what the hell are we doing, guys?
Yeah.
Like you see our team, they're dropping like flies. You see the TikToks with like 9 players in the wheelchair trying to get, I'm open, guys, and they're all like over there swinging. It's like, what the hell are we doing, guys?
You know what this reminds me of, man? This reminds me, and you're really familiar with this because I know you do this a lot. It reminds me of when you're dating a girl, you know, and she's a little thick and she puts on a few pounds, but then she loses that weight. And she's like, damn, she's looking good. You know what I'm talking about.
No,
You know?
yeah.
That's what I saw when I saw Brock Purdy, man. I was like, oh, wow, man, he's looking really good. Like, heck yeah, I was pumped. I get his practice, dude. But we saw him at Jacksonville throwing off one foot. And you're like, dude, something's wrong, man. Something's wrong. 3 weeks later, you see Brock actually planting his foot. It's like, oh, man, baby girl's lost a few pounds, man. That's kind of how it felt like. So I saw that, man. I'm not going to lie. I texted you right away. I was like, dude, look at this video right here. You're like, all right.
Yeah.
So, I mean, to me, that kind of pumped me up right there.
Yeah.
If we want to make a run, it's going to be because of Brock Purdy. Everyone else is out.
Yeah.
It's going to have to be Brock Purdy. It has to be like Brock Purdy, the NFC Championship game where he led us to that Super Bowl or that divisional game where it's like, dude, it's up to you, man. You got to make a drive right now. You need 2 drives in a row or that last drive and touchdown. So it's going to be on Brock Purdy's shoulders, dude. The defense is kind of bending right now. We don't have a lot of help. So we're going to have to be putting up 30-plus points a game. And the one that could do that is Brock Purdy because he's done it in the past. So to me, it's on him, man.
Exactly. You get a couple of drinks in you, and that 5 is looking like a 15. You know what I'm saying? And so, yeah, like how you're saying, Brock, especially if we start getting our weapons back, and then hopefully Juwan stops crying because he's Brock Purdy's number 1 option. So you get Juwan, and then you get Kittle back. Bourne has been playing like really good these last couple of games. He didn't really have like a big impact, but Robinson, he did like pretty good. I liked how he dropped that catch and then came back and caught it, had that big play for 20 yards.
Tonjes,
so that was huge. And he's been stepping it up in Kittle's plays. McCaffrey, he's not the same McCaffrey with that outburst, but he's been like solid, man. He's been still like averaging like over like 100 yards rushing and like been getting our touchdowns for us. So it's like he's been consistent. He hasn't been like the old McCaffrey, like Super Bowl McCaffrey leading that year, but he's been consistent, man. And then so if we just like get our players back, we start getting healthier, maybe a little like switches like during like the trade deadline, we can at least make it like a run and build off for like the next couple of years. Because I'm telling you, like we're at that like stage right now where it's either we're gonna like rebuild or we're gonna like build off of it and make a run for the Super Bowl.
Yeah, so that's what we got, man. Let us know what you think about it. Brock Purdy looking close and actually looking good throwing that ball. So let us know what you think. If you think he's ready, or wait till let his body decide. Let him decide, when he's ready to go.
I would personally want him to like wait because the way Atlanta was looking versus the Bills, man, that's not a game I would kind of want him to come back to. Because Atlanta, like even though that they're like a 500 team, that win was like actually pretty like I was watching it and I was like, damn, Bijan Robinson is like freaking just tearing everybody apart. And what's the name? Picks or the quarterback. Michael Picks. I was like, damn, Penix. I was like, damn, that guy's freaking like looking like getting like Drake London every pass. I was like, dude, Drake London scored within like 5 minutes of the first quarter. I was like, this team, what the heck? They just like came out of nowhere. And so I was like, that's a team that's on fire right now. So not really a game I wanted to go back to, but again, he's like our best opportunity to get the winning starting again. Yeah.
So let's know what you guys think, man, about this. And man, gotta win this week though. At the end of the day, we gotta win. All right, so we're out of here. Peace.